bit loose for today because I think they both like to make the presentations more interactive. David is very experienced in leading the technical teams, have years of experiences in IBM and Microsoft, and now the CTO and COO of LUNI Project. Let's start with that, and if you have any questions at the end of it, we're going to take the questions. And thank you, David, for that.
Thank you, Melissa. Yes, welcome everybody. Thank you very much for coming today. Today we're going to talk a little bit about money in general, very popular topic nowadays, the definition of money, how the money evolved over time, and why actually we are aiming now for the decentralized solutions which are present on crypto, what is the purpose of going this way, and what's the advantage over the traditional fiat money. As you may see, what is happening now worldwide, the situation is getting kind of crazy with inflation, with interest rates, with what Fed is doing and other central banks all over the world, so it's pretty crucial to find alternative solutions, and I will present you one of those solutions as the Terra Blockchain. So I would like to make this presentation a little bit interactive with you guys, so it will be kind of the opposite how it is usually. At the end of the presentation, I will ask you some questions, and if you know the answer, you raise your hand, you say, yeah, pick me. And then if you answer correctly, you will get the sticker of LUNI from my friend, who is sitting just behind. And then at the end, if you come to me with this, you will get the airdrop of LUNI worth $100 each to your Terra Station wallet. I will show you also how to configure wallet if you don't know how to. So that's one part of it. Another thing is, once I finish the presentation, you will be also asking the questions. We also have our one of the developers of LUNI here, Ron. Hello. He's going to be answering the technical questions if you have something related to the very source of it, to the coding, about the technology that is used, how we developed our project, how we developed LUNI on Terra. I will be answering just the general questions about the blockchain itself and our project. And for the best question, which we're going to choose, there's going to be airdrop of one of our NFTs on Terra, which is going to be used with our upcoming Metaverse game. The floor price of it currently is 15 Luna. So there are some prizes to be won. Okay, thank you. So let's start with the basics. I'm Dawid Smyk, co-founder, CTO, COO of LUNI Project, built on Terra. I used to work as IT engineer and architect in Europe, used to work for IBM and Microsoft. I have bachelor's degree of Econophysics, which is kind of funny connection, economy and physics, how to use actually physics science in economy. Today I'm going to talk about history of Terra Blockchain, the design of its security technicalities and real use cases. Why should you use it? And why is it better than other modern blockchains that you can choose? Then we're going to talk about the professional banking environment that was actually recreated on Terra, because Terra is actually modern banking system, which is on crypto. And in the end, I'm going to talk about my project, which is LUNI built on Terra, as an example of the right project developed at the right time, which was last year. So we're gonna start with the very basics of financial world. I think many of you are aware with that kind of slide. It's been everywhere, Twitter, Instagram, you name it. And that actually explains the situation, why crypto was created in general, why Bitcoin was created in 2009. It wasn't a coincidence that it was created in 2009, as you know it. So, the traditional money, I mean traditional from 20th century, because before there were other forms of exchange, but let's focus on 20th century. So, Fed was created. Fed is the Federal Reserve Bank, the central bank of United States, and actually the only one that matters nowadays, except for the European Central Bank. It was created in 1913, and the value of the dollar at that time was $100 for $100. That's 1-to-1. And over the time, you can see also the crises that were happening worldwide, those pink stripes. The value, the purchase power actually of dollar was decreasing. Initially it wasn't that bad, but since the Nixon shock in 1971, since the standard with gold was broken and gold was not required anymore to cover the dollar, then Fed was allowed to print as many dollars as they want. There was no limit anymore. So currently we are somewhere here. So the initial value of $100 is worth basically zero. That's inflation, and that's what is happening when there are no limits attached to the financial instrument. COVID, that situation, as you may know, in 2020, enabled Fed and other central banks to print as much money as they want. The tempo of printing, of course it's not being printed, but added money to the system is extremely fast. That's driving the inflation worldwide, but especially in highly developed countries like United States or in Europe. That's why we can see the inflation rate right now, which is historically the biggest in States, and also is very high in Europe in most countries, oscillating around 8-10% per year. Yes, so also that's pretty famous slide. Yeah, so if there's a problem, what you're gonna do? You're just gonna create more money, yeah? Print button, create more money, problem solved, yes? Problem solved for those who are controlling the money, but the problem is being created for those who are using the money, at the very low level, of course. So that's how traditional world works. That's how the present financial system is designed, and that's why is it going to fail soon as well. So to go against this, yes, you can use different forms of different goods. Some people prefer to go old school and buy gold, physical gold, yes? Physical gold will retain its value over time, but if you want to use something which is actually easier to use, I would suggest to look at the crypto world. And that's what those two guys did in 2018. We have here Doc One and Daniel Shin. Doc One is on the right, Daniel Shin on the left. They created Terra Formlabs in South Korea. Doc One used to be Microsoft employee. The thing is, they realized that the system is broken. I mean, that was already obvious after the great crisis from 2007, 2008. That's why Bitcoin was created by Satoshi Nakamoto. But then they realized that actually Bitcoin is not an ideal medium of exchange because of the price fluctuation. Bitcoin was good as a design, but it had to be improved to make the blockchain and the coin itself easier to exchange, retaining the same price all the time and reducing the fluctuations. Because still, the price discovery for Bitcoin is working. It's not as volatile as it used to be, but you can see sometimes drops of 10% per day, which is not ideal situation in the financial world. It's good to make money, but not actually to spend the money in a stable way. So what is Terra? Terra is actually a blockchain, an open source blockchain, which was created to recreate standard financial institutions and the banking system in the crypto environment. That was its primary goal. Whatever happened after, there were like derivatives of the initial plan. But the initial goal was to create stable coins that can be pegged to dollar in most cases or other national currencies, and its value can be retained over time. So they will not fluctuate like crazy, like Bitcoin, for example. So Terra Blockchain enables users to spend, save, trade, or exchange Terra stablecoins instantly. It's very fast blockchain, very secure. It's pretty fresh because, like I said, it was publicly released in 2019, so it's only 3 years old. But it's growing very fast. Actually, I forgot to ask you, maybe I should have done it before, but let's do it now. So how many of you actually heard about Terra before? Most people. How many heard about Luna? And about Anchor? Mirror? All right. It's not bad, not bad. So actually it's pretty popular here, it seems. Yeah, so this is the picture from the main website of Terra, terra.money, which shows the major coins that exist on the network. In the middle you have Terra, and you have smaller ones around it. We have a stable coin, USD, you have Luna, Anchor, Mirror, and many others, which are also on the ecosystem. Terra was built using Cosmos SDK, so you can also have the interchain operability. You can use Terra Bridge or Wormhole to transfer coins between different chains. Now this is actually kind of confusing, because sometimes when you see like CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap, you can see there's like a Terra, and then in brackets you have Luna. So what actually is Terra? Is it blockchain or cryptocurrency? And it's both. So Terra refers to the blockchain itself as the whole environment hosting the tokens and coins, and also to the coins, the native coins, which are stable coins. So it refers to two things. You have the main coin on Terra is USD, of course, because it's pegged to dollars, so the most popular one. But you also have many other coins, like the South Korean won, or other Mongolian one even. Basically, this is good thing about Terra, that users can decide which next coin will be released on the network by voting. And Terra, as a stable coin, is related directly to Luna, which is the collateral token. This token, coin actually, Luna, is used to balance the environment and to maintain the peg of USD. So think about it as two pools of coins that need to be balanced accordingly to the supply and demand. If there's like a higher supply for USD, yes, its price should go up. So actually is doing the balance. The same the other way. If there is like a drive to sell USD, to sell more stable coin, Luna is also balancing it by reducing the pool or increasing the pool of Luna. So those two things are attached together to maintain the balance in the ecosystem. That works for all the stable coins on Terra. The main key takeaways actually, the first two we already discussed. Terra stablecoins track the price of fiat currencies like US dollars, euro as well, and Luna is also used, despite the fact of balancing actually the pools, is used for the governance and mining. So Terra Blockchain is proof of stake blockchain. So you have validators and you have delegators. It's pretty decentralized if we compare it with other modern blockchains like Solana, like Binance Smart Chain, which is actually against the idea of blockchains, or Ethereum. It is heavily decentralized because you have 130 active nodes of validators, while Solana has 19 and BSC has 21, which are centralized. So you have multiple nodes, and everybody, if you decide to, you can create actually a node by yourself. There is a special software and there's a documentation about it on the official Terra website. Everybody can create a node. The problem would be how to attract delegators to your node. So you would become a validator, but somehow you need to get the capital because it is proof of stake. So to have power in voting to approve the blocks, you need to have a certain amount of money attached to your account. And those 130 active validators, they change. So if there's a new validator in game, if he can attract more delegators, obviously, if he has enough balance on his account, he can move up, yes, and be the active node. Another option is governance. So governance is like voting about changes in the ecosystem. Everybody can propose changes on the official Terra station website. To do that, you need to have minimum of 50 Luna. You can propose a change, and then people can vote on this change to be applied or not. So that's the governance function of Luna as well. As you can see, it is used for multiple things. Another good thing about Terra is that senior rush in the Terra protocol is burned, and actually that is making Luna deflationary in its nature. So it's not like printing dollars endlessly. And the Terra blockchain is proof of stake. This is powered by Cosmos SDK, and Cosmos SDK was also used to create Binance Smart Chain, for example. Now we're gonna go actually to the technicalities. How many of you have Terra Station wallet? Okay, not that many. So I will show you quickly how actually it looks and how can we use it. There are multiple versions of Terra Station wallet, but the main one is actually station terra.money. So you can come here, you can see the dashboard of Luna staking ratio. You can connect your wallet, which you can previously install as a Chrome extension. It also works with other browsers, but I chose Chrome, it's the most stable one. So it's very similar to MetaMask here. You have MetaMask here. I have also Terra Station, and then it can be opened as a full tab. So it's pretty simplistic, to be honest, comparing to other wallets that you can use for different chains, although it has all necessary functions. This is like the recently updated version, so it has different theme and it works much better. Remember that Terra blockchain is just 3 years old, so there are still many things to be developed here. Actually, Terra Station is the only wallet that exists officially on Terra blockchain. So creating a new wallet is a pretty good idea. So yes, here you can see that you have Luna and always USD. These are two major coins on Terra blockchain, and they are also used for the gas fee transactions. You can either pay the gas with Luna or with USD. And the last one is our custom token, which is LUNI. So once you create and have this Chrome extension, you create your wallet, basically by add a wallet, like standard procedure, create a wallet, provide the password, save the seed. Then you can also recover the wallet, import, or from the new version, actually, multi-signature wallet is also supported. So that is also available on Terra if you want to have it extremely secure. Plus, you have option to access with Ledger. You cannot keep the tokens, actually CW tokens, on Ledger, but you can manage your Terra Station wallet the similar way like MetaMask works. So you can integrate it with Ledger to sign for the transactions. Then once you have it, you can connect here on the station Terra.money, and you can perform various operations. So you can stake, of course, Luna. You can check the validators. Like I said, you have 130 active validators at a time, and you can select it by the voting power. So the most tokens are staked, the more voting power they have, of course. And you can select any validator to delegate your stake. Currently, it's around 8% APY for Luna staking, plus you also get additional bonuses like airdrops, for example, of coins like Anchor or Mirror while you are staking Luna. You just need to keep in mind that there is unbound period of 21 days, so during that time, if you decide not to stake anymore, you need to wait 21 days until you get your Luna back, and during that time you will not earn anything coming from the APY or airdrops. There is also option for the governance, so you can vote. You can see which votings passed and which were rejected. You can also create new proposal. Recently added change in Terra Station's NFT. So if you have any NFTs, they will be displayed directly here in Terra Station, so you don't need to have marketplace for that. And you can also send and receive Terra Station's NFTs from here. And the last one is the contract. You can actually manipulate and upload, instantiate contracts directly from Terra Station. This is useful if you want to create your own token or if you want to query existing contracts. Everything can be done from one place. And obviously your wallet. Swap. Next. Decentralized Exchange. So Terra Swap is the first and the most popular decentralized exchange on Terra, where you can basically swap all the assets that are available here, like USD to LUNI. And it works very fast. Usual fee for the transaction is below 0.1 USD, so it's very cheap, and you can pay the gas, like I said, in USD or Luna or other stable coins that are available on Terra. You can also provide liquidity and withdraw liquidity in Terra Swap. There are some few other decentralized exchanges on Terra, however, Terra Swap is the most popular one and most widely used. Going back to the presentation. So that's your major place to go if you want to perform any operations related to Luna or stablecoins. As you can see, the current staking ratio is 37.5% of Luna. That's the whole amount of it staked, so it's pretty good one. The staking return currently is 8.76%. Maybe it's not the highest one, but like I said, you can also get additional bonuses for staking Luna, like airdrops of new coins or airdrops of the integrated protocols like Anchor or Mirror. And yes, the price action, the most exciting thing on Luna. So basically, I learned about Luna because it was very popular in Poland due to few YouTubers who started promoting it very early. I heard about it when it was worth $1. So it was around May 2020. And since then, you see the all-time low was 0.12. It exploded. In January 2021, like many coins actually, that was a very good time to invest. It went very high. The current price, the all-time high was actually not that far ago, $103. And currently Luna is trading at around $57. The market cap is 22 billion, I think currently 22.3, which puts Luna in top 10 of all coins. Right now, number 9 on CoinGecko, just behind Solana. So the biggest competitor actually of Luna is Solana, to be honest. And then USD. So Luna is fine, okay, you know its purpose, but the real value and actually the real purpose of creating the blockchain itself was to have decentralized stablecoins. And USD is a great example of that. And as you can see, its market cap changed, from 0 of course, but in 2 years to $11.6 billion, which is putting USD right now on the top 5 of all stable coins available. In the beginning, its price was actually fluctuating a bit because the peg was not established correctly. So you can see that all-time low even dropped to 0.85. But currently, with very high market stability, its price is actually now very smooth, and it's considered as a very stable and secure asset if we talk about the stable coins. That also changed recently a lot, and this shows the TVL. The TVL based on the old blockchains. You can see that Luna is on the second place when we talk about the TVL, just with 18 protocols, just behind Ethereum. So the current TVL is $15.1 billion. Obviously, Ethereum is on the lead with 127, but we surpassed Binance Usd, which is on the place number 3. When I was having the presentation like 3 months ago in Gili Trafangan, actually Terra Luna was still below BSC, but now actually it's number 2 by the total value locked. There are many protocols that you can use Luna for. We're gonna talk about it in a moment, but yeah, like as you can see, its adoption is getting faster and faster. Stable coins. So which options do we have currently? Let's say you want to be secure and you want to exit to stable coins. So you can choose between USDT, USDC, BUSD, now USD on the place number 4, and we have DAI, and then the rest doesn't matter, to be honest. But which ones are fully decentralized? What about Tether? Who knows? Who owns Tether? Hands up, if somebody knows. Which company owns Tether? Don't be shy.
It's Coinbase, no? It's Coinbase?
Coinbase is USDC.
Oh, yeah.
So Tether is actually owned by Bitfinex, exchange from Hong Kong. So yes, Tether was created by Bitfinex, it's managed by Bitfinex, and I think that if you are in crypto more than 2 years, you heard about issues with Tether. There's no other stable coins that has more issues than that. So looking up the value of Tether, yes, they claimed initially that they have reserves in dollars, then they changed their mind, they said they don't, but they have some papers. And then they said, okay, we don't have those papers, but we have derivatives on those papers. So it's like endless cycle. They are changing their statements many times, and there were many investigations about Tether already. So although it's the most popular stablecoin by the market cap and by the volume, and most pairs actually on centralized exchanges are with Tether, I never use it for keeping my money more than 1 week, just to exchange and then change to another stablecoin if you want to hold for longer. And it's centralized, of course. It's also targeted by SEC from United States, and it has many problems going around it. So Tether, not. Then what we have else? Yes, USDC. So like you already said, USDC was created by Center Corporation. Part of it was the Coinbase as well, which means it is also centralized because it's owned by the company. And with USDC, actually, there were less issues. However, recently it also had problem with SEC. SEC was checking how it is backed up, and similarly to USDT, it does not have physical dollars, but also papers on dollars like bonds or derivatives. Then we have Binance USD. Okay, so you can exit to Binance USD. Who created Binance USD? And it's not obvious. No. Paxos. Have you heard about Paxos? The company Paxos. Binance helped with that, and Binance actually put a stamp on it. That's why it's the most popular one and on Binance, but Paxos was the creator. So Binance USD coin, BUSD, very, very famous one. The problem with it is running on a centralized blockchain, yes? I don't know, but in my opinion, BSC, I know it's very popular, but it's against the initial idea of blockchains. It's a centralized solution running on 21 nodes, which are completely owned by Binance. So if Binance decides to switch it off, there's no BSC because of this centralization. I consider it as very unsecure asset and the blockchain itself, although it's cheap. So it could be used for short-term operations. So then we go to number 4, and number 4 is Terra. And Terra, actually USD, is gaining popularity, as I showed you, by the capitalization a lot in 2 years to $11 billion. And why? There is a reason for it, because this is actually the only fully, maybe not fully, but decentralized and secure stablecoin on this list. It is running on 130 nodes, 130 validators, which can change. They are not owned by anybody. The only thing which is owned is the initial idea, which was created by Terraform Labs, by Doc One. But now, once we go with the evolution of the system, all the changes are voted by the community. So there's not that much danger in stabilization of USD, like with those previous ones. And it's really nicely balanced using the Luna. That I will show later as well. Another option is DAI. DAI is also pretty good. It's more decentralized, obviously, than the top 3. However, it is not that widely used yet. Now we're gonna go to another products on Terra, one of which is Anchor. Anchor was also created by Terraform Labs, and actually it acts as a banking system in crypto. Anchor protocol. So Anchor is pretty unusual because it allows you to keep stable coins with the APY of almost 20%. You can put your USD here and get 19.35 APY on a stable coin. Show me another solution who does something like this. I mean, all your money is pretty good as well, but if you want to stake your stable coins on the centralized exchanges, maybe you will get 5% if you're lucky. Other than that, it's pretty impossible. So this is a very good system if you want to keep your money outside of the centralized solutions like centralized exchanges, because this is obviously decentralized, and you can stake your USD for very high APY. How is it possible? Let me show you on the dashboard. So Anchor works as a, like I said, it's similar to bank. Some people deposit, some people borrow. If you borrow, you pay your interest rate, but if you deposit, you will be rewarded by those people who borrow. Other than that, there's also option to stake big assets or bonded assets, but we're not gonna get into that, it's pretty complex. But overall, there's like a balance mechanism that is providing users with such high APY. And I've been testing that for a long time, and it works. The other good thing about it, if you stake your USD here, many systems will not allow you to withdraw it instantly. Yes, like for example on Binance, you can provide your stake and it will stay for like 30 days if it's fixed, or 60 days even. Here, you deposit, you withdraw. You can do it like within 1 minute. And you will see actually your APY being added to your stake pool on a live, basically. Every minute it is calculated and added to your stake pool. So very high APY and very secure as well because of this balance mechanism. Okay, another product which we have is Mirror. Mirror is pretty unique, not only for Terra, but for the whole ecosystem of blockchains, because that allows you to buy synthetic goods. Let's go on the website. I will show you exactly how it works. You can buy stocks. So if you want to buy stocks, these are coming mostly from the United States, from NASDAQ, but you can see that you have synthetic stocks of Apple, Airbnb, Amazon, and many other. There are like more than 30 actually currently available, Twitter, Tesla, with USD. These are synthetic stocks. The solution is also pretty secure. And the only downside of it is, like I don't use it personally, because you don't get dividends. Yes, these are synthetic stocks. So if you're playing on the dividend, that will not work in this case. However, you could acquire synthetic stocks like it used to be possible on Binance. I'm not sure if you remember, but Binance also allowed at some point to buy tokens of Tesla, for instance, but then SEC came to them and told them, no, no, no. Here, the problem does not happen because it's decentralized solution, so you can do it. Other than that, we have other coins on Terra Blockchain, which we can check on CoinHall. CoinHall is actually the biggest aggregator for Terra. It works like CoinGecko, but this is only for Terra. So coinhall.org, and you can see all other assets that are available on Terra. Luni is also here, as you can see. So on the top website, there are only 33 coins currently. You can see how much room for the new products and for the improvement is available over here. Compare it like with BSC or with Ethereum, how many new projects are added every day. And here to the top CoinHall tab, there's like one coin added maybe per 2 weeks or per month. And the lowest one has market cap of $200,000 only. That's nothing. There's still a lot of room for improvement on Terra Blockchain if you have a good idea and if you want to deploy a product which is not yet here. And you can also use your stablecoins without exiting to fiat. So there are Terra shops. You have Terra cards, you have Travala.com, and you have LunaLoot, which you can use. You can use those services to buy goods with your USD directly by connecting your Terra Station wallet to those services and buying, for example, special cards for Uber, for Grab, for Tesco, Amazon. Depends on the country you are in. You can buy those cards as coupons for vouchers, which you can then use for the real world goods. So no exit to fiat, no tax. And then you have also Travala. Travala is working like Booking.com. You can buy hotels, accommodation, and also flights directly on the website, also with USD. Same principle, no exit to fiat, no tax. Pretty straightforward. And the last one is LunaLoot. LunaLoot is actually like a merchandise store, so you can buy customized clothes, caps, but not only, you can have other products as well, considered like a Luna branded. So many options to spend your USD directly without necessity to exit to fiat. And this is growing. There is an API which allows basically all shops. There's like a Chai application which is used in South Korea, which is like banking application. Many people there use it to pay normal shops with USD directly with the NFC. It's only in South Korean language, so I will not show you here because I couldn't log into it, but it's working and it's being adopted. So even the standard payments in shops can be done with USD, with the stablecoin, without need to exit to fiat. Okay, now we're gonna go to LUNI. So this is the product which I developed on Terra Blockchain. What is it? Why does it exist? So LUNI is decentralized token, which brings something that was missing on Terra blockchain. Like I told you before, Terra is considered like a very professional solution, which is using mostly modern banking technologies. You have Anchor for banking, Mirror for synthetic assets, you have stable coins, you have Luna to balance the whole ecosystem, you have also Prism, Pylon, other protocols. There are many professional protocols used for speculation, for derivatives, but there were not many coins which bring actually entertainment, like games, like Metaverse, NFTs, which I think everybody like here. Despite the fact that Terra is seen as a professional blockchain, I think that each blockchain needs to have that kind of product, and something like this was missing last year. In November, there was only one other project which was providing NFTs. That's it. So after quick research of other blockchains, like obviously Ethereum out, Solana out, that was the saturation of NFTs there is already crazy, so there's no point entering this market. I decided to go for Terra, and that was a good decision. So on Terra, you have smart contracts which are similar to ERC20. They are CW20, and you already have them prepared, the generic ones which you can just instantiate with your data, with your variable. That can be done directly from Terra Station website, and they are secure from the very beginning because they are already audited by Terra and Certic. So once you create your coin, if you don't make any changes to the original code, it's working smoothly from the very beginning. Although recently we created a new smart contract which is handling our staking mechanism, and this one will be audited once we deploy version 2.0. We burned all liquidity pools straight away after we provided liquidity to the initial DEX, and that's how it is running right now. So currently we have 18 people, core member growth which happened in 3 months. We have developers, we have marketing persons, we have everybody working on development of NFTs and other functions that we provide within our project. What do we actually have? So, as I said, we are aiming for entertainment and other forms of art, you can call it this way, unusual approach to certain things, which I will discuss later. So, first of all, we have play to earn games. We already released our application to Play Store, it's called MyLuni. And that allows you to play games and participate in our weekly contests and daily contests as well on Telegram. So basically, if you win, you get Luni. And then we have a grand finale every week And we change our games on the weekly basis as well. So every week there's a new game which you can check on our app, in our app on Play Store. So that's P2E. Then another thing which we are working on, actually we are upgrading our P2E application, which is going to host another function. Currently we also have graphs and portal and website to be displayed in it, but we are aiming to add portfolio, like similarly to CoinGecko, and also to track your transactions, if you make any transactions on the system. So that's what we are working on right now as well. Staking system. So LUNI not only brings an entertainment, but we also want people to make money on Terra. That's why we deployed independent staking system. So it's completely independent on the smart contract which are already there, like Anchor. Our developers created smart contract which allows people to stake on our website directly. So that's like a snapshot from the website. And we have fixed APR of 10%. Whatever happens, 10% is always provided for staking. So it is fixed. And then we came up with another idea that we are going to connect NFTs with staking. This is kind of unique solution. So when we released our project, we minted 50 Genesis NFTs that were given to the early supporters. And in version 2.0 of our staking, you would be able to stake NFT directly with LUNI, and depends on the type of NFT that's going to boost your reward. So it could be like from 10% up to 20% more APR, because if you stake with NFT. So that's kind of unique. Here's the example of our NFTs, which are available on nowhere.art. This is one of the NFT marketplaces on Terra. So there are only 50 pieces, and I think now the floor price for the common one is 100 Luna, because of the number and their function. Another thing which we designed and implemented as we observed the market of NFTs on all blockchains, I really hated that there are so many empty pictures without any function. So in our project, we decided that every single collection will have a function. And Genesis NFT is one of the examples. All the NFTs were handmade, not like algorithmically generated, like you have 10,000 monkeys or something without any purpose. I really hate that in NFTs. So we decided for the low supply, 50 items, and each one has a function. In this case, Genesis gives you the higher boost for the staking. Then we go for hand-painted NFTs. So physically painted pictures, like you can see, this is from Gili Travangan. We have collection which is already finished with 10 hand-painted NFTs. They are going to be digitalized and also sold on Terra NFT marketplace in like duality. So if the winner is going to get the NFT, we are also going to send the physical copy to him worldwide. Plus, like I said, those NFTs also come with the function. And this function is actually related to our real-world events. Depending on the rarity, because we will have different rarities for those NFTs, they will grant you things like free holiday in Bali for 2 weeks for 2 people, if you own it, or they will grant you also the entry to various events, like the one we are going soon to Dubai, for example. Another thing we are working on is Terra-based wallet. Like you saw on Terra, Terra is super fresh. So the only wallet which exists right now is Terra Station. And we want to have something good for mobile devices. So we are going to work also on the Terra-based wallet, initially just for Terra ecosystem, but then we're also planning to incorporate Decentralized Exchange in it and Terra Bridge to be able to swap and send tokens between the chains. And this is actually the biggest one. LUNiland. LUNiland is NFT connected, to be honest, Metaverse. And that's a pretty complex one. And we are currently finalizing our map for the LUNiland. This is the one of 2 actually metaverses on Terra, and definitely the most complex one. We analyzed other metaverses like the Sandbox, and we were very unhappy about the approach that those people actually take. So most probably you know Sandbox, how it works. Sandbox was announced 1.5 years ago. Since then there's no game, there's nothing. There's only a possibility to buy the plots. You have alpha right now kind of working, but many metaverses are pure money grabs. So people, companies attract you to buy the plots, but you get nothing in return. You spend thousands of dollars of something which is really simple and it's not presented even in a good way. Check the map of the sandbox, it's just flat, there's nothing there. So we took the different approach, decided to create the game environment from the very beginning. Since the map is created, you will already see that the game starts on the map. And we don't utilize even the whole area of the map for plots, but we create objects around it, special buildings that players will be able to get into and actually play the mini games as well, while the main game is being developed, not to drag them too long with no content. For this one, actually, I will show you our map, which was generated in tiled application. So this one is currently being ported to web version in JSON. So it looks something like this. Let me show you here. So as you can see, we created the whole environment of the game. This is actually just the map, it's not the game itself. That's how the map of Metaverse will look like on the website if you want to actually buy the plot. So compare it with the sandbox, which is flat and has nothing on it. So as you can see, there's going to be some elements, decorative elements like the caves, like trees, and then you have the grid, and you can buy the plots actually over here. Similar method like in different Metaverse games. So you can link the plots, and you can get them in various locations. We also created like special islands for the bigger plots. Certain content is animated. There's like structures like roads, there's downtown, and there are different types of plots to be acquired. Because we also linked our metaverse with NFTs. So the NFT collections were already released before on our partner's website, Luart. And we are going to introduce the passive income based on NFT like we did with staking in our metaverse. Meaning, if you buy a plot and you have business version of NFT, you can attach the NFT to the plot and get the passive income. It's going to be pretty complex. If you want to know more details, you can check our Medium articles, because our world will be divided into zones, and each zone will give you different base value of the plot, which will be then calculated for APY coming from the passive income. So obviously, like the downtown will be the most expensive. And like you can see, we have also rural areas, we have the beach over here, we have some farmlands, and this is just the map. The games will come after. We have the lake, some swamps, and different types of business NFTs actually restrict you, to be honest, to be used with different plots. So for example, if you're the owner of boat rental company, you can only use this NFT if you own the beach-based plot. So there are many combinations in the background. I will show you also our NFTs which were released already. And they are present on the second marketplace, which is called Lure.io. This is actually pretty new one. So we released Luniland NFTs, and there are 3 different categories within. We have business, skins, and landlord. So business, like I mentioned, it will allow you to connect NFT with the plot to generate passive income, and you have different kind of businesses. So based on the terrain where you have your plot, and different rarities as well. Higher rarity, of course, higher APR. Then other than business, we have also skins. And skins will change your in-game character based on the picture. Everything is handmade, so it's very low supply. In this collection, we have only 200 items. And we have Landlord. Actually, Landlord is the rarest one, because Landlord will grant you the plot for free. So you basically exchange NFT and you get the plot in the game. Depending on the rarity, you can get like a single square, but you can also get the highest one, which is legendary, 3x3, straight away. So these are the most worth. I think the cheapest one is around 330 Luna right now. So the total volume is 2.7k Luna overall since we released it. It was about like 1 month and a half ago. And the second marketplace, which I also wanted to show you, maybe if you want to release your own NFT collection, because to be honest, like right now, if you're thinking about NFTs, don't touch Ethereum, you're gonna die there. Don't touch Solana, it's already so saturated. I was researching it heavily, so unless you have like hundreds of thousands for the marketing, it will be very difficult for you to be seen there. But Terra, there's really little content here, and it's very easy to release your collection if you have something good. Nowhere is the second marketplace which we use. And here we have actually our Genesis NFTs that are related to staking, to boost the staking. The floor price for the cheapest one is now 100 Luna per item because of very low supply and high quality plus function. Function nowadays is very important if you want to create NFTs. People don't go anymore for empty pictures. So that was our philosophy, that was our idea, how to create NFTs. Slightly different approach than many people take, not to do the money grab for like 10,000 pieces with no function, but create quality content which has real use scenario. Real parties for the community. That's another thing which we are doing. And that actually is from Gili Travangan Lumi Hotel. We already created one party in December. That was connected with the lecture. We were also providing some knowledge for the investors, how to invest the money. At that time, there was a lecture about traditional assets like bonds, stocks, ETFs, ETNs, what to do with your money when you see that high inflation, how to actually protect your money. So that was the educational aspect as well. We are doing the real events for the community, and in March we are going to Dubai to participate in World Blockchain Summit as well. We're going to promote our products, and by this time the Luniland map will be already online, so it will be possible to buy the plots and have it with NFTs as well. And the last one is involvement in charity. We also support charity like in Gili Travangan, like the local football team, and we worked closely with WOŚP, which is the biggest charity organization in Poland. We had a big event with them in January. Summary. So Terra as a blockchain, in my opinion, is the best thing you can go nowadays if you're thinking about your financial instruments that you want to keep outside of traditional system. You can have it integrated easily with multiple banking applications that you can see in the modern world. Anchor is a bank. You can have very high yield on staking your USD. You can have mirror protocol for getting synthetic assets if you want to get stocks. Then you can stake Luna, you can stake Luni, for example. You can create your own tokens pretty easily using CW contract. There's so much more room for new projects to come in and actually be visible. You can create NFTs on the marketplaces like Luart, like Nowhere, and that does not require that much marketing, and the initial costs are very low because still there are not that many projects, so you don't have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars like you need to do on Ethereum if you want to be seen there with your art, like NFTs. Yes, and now it's time for questions. If somebody has any questions, the best question will get NFT landlord. Yes, please, from the left.
So that was a great intro to the network, to Terra network. And what would you say is the biggest risk to the Terra blockchain right now?
Yes. So the problem which we may observe is, we actually observed it some time ago. There was like a speculation attack on Anchor protocol, so to destabilize it, and also there was an attack on USD to destabilize the peg. Many people were playing shorts on Luna in a very short time, trying to kill the Luna price, but they failed. So that is one of the things. Unless Luna has really big market cap, I would say minimum 50 billion, at this point it will be very stable, but still we are in the development stage, which sometimes might shape the stability of the system. Although Terraform foundations know how to counter it. When they discovered the problem with Anchor, that it was really at some point being unstable, they quickly refilled the protocol accordingly. So they found the balance. Another problem which might happen, but that's actually, I haven't seen it to be honest yet, it's slashing. Slashing is actually popular, it's present in all proof-of-stake blockchains. So if the validator is doing some mistakes, yes? Also, people that provide deposit to the validator get slashed, so part of their stake is lost. This is like a penalty for validators that play dirty game. Yes, like double signing, for example, or their node is not uptime all the time. So that is penalty coming from the system. These are the things. Yes, please.
Is the number of validators set, or is there a proposal to increase that?
So initially, yes, it was proposed to be 130, although I was recently reading that they are planning to increase the number of active validators, because overall there are many more validators, like I think right now 300 or so, but yes, to be in the active pool, you need to have this certain amount of stake to Luna. Yes, it's like a ranking. So the more Luna you have, then you jump into the active set. Yes, but yes, the overall active set of nodes will be increased in the future from 130.
And just real quick, what's the minimum you need to get into that upper tier? How much Luna do you have to be?
Ooh, I don't know. I think we need to check the ranking because it changes all the time. So you need to just go to Terra Station website, go to stake and sort by power of votes. And then you will see what's the number 130, how many Luna they have. Yes, please.
I'm wondering if you could do a bit of a breakdown on the tokenomics of LUNI and if there's a investing period for the team and initial seed investors.
Okay, so for that we need to go to our website. Okay, so that's our website. It's currently being redesigned. That was the early concept which I created in 2 days. So we're gonna actually go more professional right now with our UX designer. Okay, tokenomics. Here are the tokenomics. So we have maximum supply of 10 billion LUNI. Currently total supply is 9 billion because we already burned 1 billion. Circulating supply is around 6 billion. And within 2 weeks, we will manage to lock on staking more than 2 billion LUNI. So in 2 weeks, the circulating supply actually is temporarily reduced by 33%. Our staking system works with bounding and unbounding periods. So once you stake, if you want to unstake, you need to wait 7 days. You cannot do it instantly. It's similar to Luna. Luna has unbounding of 21 days. So that's one of the things. Then, the important thing about LUNI is we didn't have any private sales or no OTC in the beginning. So we just paired 6 billion LUNIs with USD, poof, on the DEX, on TerraSwap, and then everybody could buy at the same time. I had to buy it the same way, so I didn't get any coins behind the desk. So everybody who wanted to get LUNI got it from public sale. No IDO, no ICO, no private sales. Then, to be burned 15%, we already burned 10%, which is 1 billion. Marketing and growth. This wallet was unlocked from the very beginning because we needed to use it for the marketing. And currently, I think we have like 600,000 LUNI on it. Then we have ecosystem reserve. That was initially locked for 1 month. It's currently unlocked and we use it as a liquidity required for centralized exchanges. By the way, I just got confirmation that the announcement already went and we are going to L Bank on Friday. As this is our first centralized exchange, we're going to be listed on L Bank starting from Friday. So that's the wallet we use for the liquidity. Because if you enter centralized exchange, you need to give some LUNI to start trading on SEX. And then we have team wallets, 5%, 2 wallets, and that's like locked, and we unlock 10% from the initial amount every month. That's the tokenomics. Yeah. Any more questions? Yes, please.
What is the current price of LUNI and the market cap?
Let's see. So CoinHall is your place to go always because it's live chart, not like on Gecko with the delay. So LUNI currently is worth 0.0094 and the market cap is 5.6 million USD. And that's how the chart is. This is 1 day. Let's maybe change it to 4 hours. You can see how it goes. So we are here right now, yeah. So approximately 1 million Luni is 1,000 USD. Yes, please.
I'm curious what you do with the staking coins. Is it to provide security, safety, and like stability, or?
Yes. So once people stake, we have custom contract written on Terra for it, and actually those funds are locked on the wallet, which is standard wallet for Terra, impossible to crack. All the funds are kept in one place, we don't touch it, so if people want to unstake, they take it directly from the wallet. And the balance can be checked all the time using the finder for Terra. There's finder extraterrestrial or the standard finder, you can check the contract, see how much Luni is there.
That's a common idea, right? Using security and shares for the joint of investments, increase API actually. That also works for Terra, right?
But what do you mean exactly? By
Including security, like shares from the actual business side.
ah yes, that's also pretty common.
That's a very good concept of
Yes.
blockchain.
That's true. Yes, also that I didn't mention, we also have strategic partnership programs which we create for the investors, so they can also get Luni at the discounted rate for the USD. We send it directly from our reserve wallet, and they also get like a shares in our company. So if we sell, for example, NFTs, which we already sold a lot, you saw the volume was pretty high, they also get part of the income as a shareholders. The same we're gonna do with the plots from Luniland. They're also gonna get shares in the sales of our assets. So we create the shareholder program as well, yeah.
Where's the entity registered?
Entity registered?
Yeah.
We currently don't have company. We're gonna do it, register it once we go to Dubai.
Okay.
So most probably it's gonna be either Dubai or Singapore. I need to choose between those two options. Still just 3 months on the market. Yes?
So where do the staking rewards and the passive income for the NFTs come from? Where is that?
Exactly, magic. No, there is no magic in this system. Of course, so to pay people with the prices for APR, we need to get some funds from. So that is actually implemented in tax, which is being used on the NFT sales and on the plot sales. Additionally, once we sell the lands, we're actually going to balance the system even more. So the plots, the income from the plots will be used also to refill the wallet. So people, by buying the plots, we're not going to take this money for ourselves, but we're going to use this money to grow the Luni land, and also to put part of it as a stream back to the ecosystem reserve wallet. And the tax. Any more questions? No more questions. Okay, we still have, sorry, it's dragging a bit too longer.
Oh, we have 2 more minutes. I think we're going to extend it to 6:50, if you're okay.
Okay, so now actually I'm going to ask you some questions. And if you know the answer, please raise your hand. You can get $100 in Luni. The first question is, what's the market cap of Luna? Current market cap of Luna? Yes? Around.
25 billion.
How many?
25 billion.
No, that's too much.
22 billion.
11, no? Who said?
22 billion.
22. Who said 22? 22 is the good answer, yes. Sticker, please. Yes, 22.3 billion actually. Or 0.4, something like that, but closer to 22. Okay, the second question would be, Anchor protocol. I told you it is used as a banking, so you can earn or you can borrow money from the system, but does Anchor has its own token or not?
Yes.
Yes, it does. Okay, 1 sticker here. Simple question, but you never know. Some actually projects don't have their own tokens on Terra. They just provide the services. And the last question, I showed you the chart of CoinHall. which is the aggregator of all Terra coins, and there was something in the bottom. What is the project on Terra on top coin hold up with the lowest market cap? Yeah? You, Meow token, good. Another sticker, please. Nice one. So maybe one more. Let me check. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. So what 3 types of NFTs we released on Luard for our Ludi land? There are 3 major types I showed you before. 3 types of NFTs within one collection. Go.
So artwork, the land sale, and the custom outfits.
Skins, yeah.
Yeah, skins.
Then you said landlord for the plots.
Yeah, yeah.
And the last one for what?
Oh, the custom artwork.
Custom.
The printed hand drawn artwork.
I don't know. That was different collection.
Oh, okay.
There's business as well. So that type of NFT gives you the passive income if you incorporate it with the plot. So no, sorry. Okay, one more thing on Terra. Do you know what is the launchpad on Terra? The most popular launchpad on Terra? Yes, please.
LunaPad?
LunaPad? Yes, there is one. Yeah, it's a correct answer. It's not the most popular, but it exists. Okay. And all right, let's make it 5. Which 2 NFT providers did we choose for our NFTs on Terra? There are 2 NFT marketplaces we chose. And there are 2. Nowhere. And Luard. 1 and 1, please. We're not gonna tear the sticker. Okay, that's it. That's from the questions. And thank you very much. We're also going to choose one question that you asked to me for the NFT drop. We're gonna discuss it after the presentation. That's it from me. Thank you very much and cheers.
If you're not tired, we can